Okay, welcome to the food label game. In this game, I'm going to be showing you a bunch of food labels, and you're going to figure out whether or not that food label meets our goals. I'm going to show you what the goals are in just a second. Just a quick note, it may take you a moment as you're looking at these food labels to figure out what the answer is. And so you might want to have your finger on the pause button to give yourself some extra time before I reveal the answer. Okay, let's get started. As a reminder, here's my goals. I want to keep my fat below 30%. I want to keep my protein at 25% or higher, and what's left over is the carbohydrates. I want to avoid sugar, and we're not going to get into it today. I also want to avoid white flour. Okay, so that's my goals. That's what, when you look at the labels, you got to figure out if it's going to meet my particular goals. Below 30% for fat, above 25% for protein. Okay, let's take a look at our first label. Not exactly sure what this product is. Other labels, I do know what the products are. So take a look at this and tell me if this is going to meet my goals. Right? You got the fat is there, the proteins, carbohydrates, calories. Got the this is 55 grams for this product. You got the sugars here at 18 grams. Okay, if you don't have it figured out yet, hit the pause button because I'm going to reveal the answer. Here we go. This product has 20% fat, which is, my goal is 30% or below. So that's good. Right? I wish I had a sound effect that'd go ding ding or something here for the 20% fat. Protein is only 14%. Carbohydrates 66%. And sugar, oh my, 33%. A third of this product, a third of the calories from this product is, actually I'm sorry, I'm doing the grams measurement for sugars. So 33% of the grams are coming from sugar. If you wanted to do the calories, of course, you take 18 times 4 and divide that into 250. That would tell you how many of the calories are coming from sugar. So if I was concerned about meeting my fat goal, this would be a good choice. If I was concerned that, gee, I haven't had enough protein today, I've been eating a lot of products that don't have much protein, this would not be a good choice. The ideal choice, of course, is a product that's going to deliver on all my goals. It's going to give me the fat I need and the protein I need and the sugars at the correct level. Okay, let's go on to the next product. This is a croissant. Who doesn't like a croissant, right? So take a look at this and figure out if it's going to meet my goals. Okay, if you're not sure, hit the pause button because we're going to reveal the answer right now. Okay, when you eat a croissant, 37% of the calories are coming from fat, only 8% protein, the rest is carbs at 55%. Now the sugars is 5%, so that's pretty good, right? So if I was concerned about sugar, croissant isn't a terribly bad choice. But it's a horrible choice for all the rest of my diet. So I should probably avoid eating croissants. Let's go to the next one. Ooh, Skippy peanut butter. Now this isn't just Skippy peanut butter. This is reduced fat Skippy peanut butter. Okay? So, hey, if it's reduced fat, it must be good. Usually when they start playing with fat, they make it up in other ways because they've got to keep the flavor somehow. So they take away fat or they take away sugar and they replace it with salt. Or if they're taking away fat, they add sugar. Or if they're taking away sugar, they'll add fat. So you got to watch that game. Don't fall into the trap. Make sure you're checking out the labels and doing your homework here. So is reduced fat Skippy peanut butter going to fit into my diet goal? Let's take a look at the answer. Hit the pause button if you're not ready. Wow, peanut butter, 53%. Even though it's reduced fat, it's still 53% fat. And, you know, like I said, I'm not going to get into good fat versus bad fat and all that other stuff. Protein, only 15%. Now, peanuts are a fairly good source of protein, but only 15%. And then the carbs, what's left over, 32%. The sugar, look at the sugar, 11% of the grams are coming from sugar. Okay. So even though I love peanut butter and I see the product reduced fat peanut butter, yeah, it doesn't really fit into what my goals are. Okay. Let's go on to the next product. Oh, jelly. I think I'm getting hungry for a peanut butter and jelly sandwich now. This is home brand squeeze grape jelly. And you can see the calories and everything laid out there. I wonder if this is going to fit inside my diet. You know, it's grapes. Grapes are good for you, right? It's a fruit. I can have all the fruits I want, I guess. But that's, you know, raw fruits. It's not processed fruits like this. Okay, got the answer? Hit the pause button if you don't, because here comes the answer. Hey, what do you know? There's no fat. In fact, in a lot of the most sugary candy that's out there, like jelly beans and Twizzlers and things like that, you won't find fat in those products. You know, my wife used to go on a jelly bean diet because there was no fat on it, and it worked for her. I can't explain it, but she used to go on a jelly bean diet. So not surprising there's no fat to be found inside grape jelly. There's also no protein inside of it, and it's 100% carbs. Look at the sugars. Almost 30%, so 29% is coming from sugars. You know, if I was really only concerned with fat, I guess I would, this would be a good choice. But I am concerned about sugar, and I need to get my protein to the level it needs to be. So this would not be a great choice. On to the next product. Oh, Doritos. Oh, nacho cheese Doritos. Man, this new lifestyle for the rest of my life, does it mean I can never eat a Dorito ever again? Well, you know, there's going to be cheat days. There's going to be times you go to parties, and then you make up for it the next day by going to the gym. Yeah, and my doctor used to say you can have a little bit of chocolate cake, that's okay, but a lot of chocolate cake is not okay. So if you're at the party, they got Doritos, you don't pick up the bowl and go sit down with it. You put some on your plate and enjoy what you have. So would eating Doritos on a regular basis, do you think that would fit into my new lifestyle? Well, I'm going to give you the answer now, so hit pause if you're not ready. 47% fat in the Doritos, right? And what's my goal? 30% or less? Not good. Very little protein. Carbs are 48%. Sugar, hey, look at this. It's only 3% sugar. That's awesome. Yeah, this would not be something I could have regularly in my diet. Let's go on to the next product. Cheerios. Heart-healthy Cheerios, right? Do you think Cheerios would be a good choice to have regularly in my diet? Give you a moment to think about that. Now, this is a little bit confusing, maybe, this label is, so let me help you out. I'm not sure if the new label is any less confusing, but they have is just the plain Cheerios. Then they have it, hey, what if I happen to put skim milk on it? Okay, I don't drink skim milk. I'm sorry. So I'm just looking at strictly the Cheerios numbers here and without the skim milk. They also have this right here is, you know, what for children under 4. I'm definitely not under 4. And so what they have is just a smaller portion size for children under 4. It's kind of nice they do it for you that way. It's confusing, confuses the heck out of me. I'd prefer they didn't. I understand why they do. Okay, have you had enough time to figure this one out? Here comes the answer. Fat is 15%. So awesome, meets my fat goals. Protein, there is protein in Cheerios, 12%. But that's quite a bit below what my goal wants to be, is 25%. And carbs, 73%. The sugar is only 4%. So, you know, you think of modern day cereals packed full of sugar. Cheerios is not a bad choice when it comes to sugar. Okay, so this probably wouldn't be in my regular diet. However, if I regularly have to eat cereal for whatever reason, for whatever my situation is, whatever is going on in my life, I just have to eat cereals. I could compare various cereals and try to pick the best one, and Cheerios might be pretty good because it's low sugar and low fat. Maybe. I'd want to do that checking out. Sun chips. Now, sun chips are for all those health nuts that are out there that, you know, they want to pretend they're eating potato chips when they're actually eating something that's healthy for them. But are they really healthy? It's got a heart symbol right there on the package. It must be healthy. Well, you know, they're probably just comparing themselves to potato chips and saying, yeah, we're healthier than potato chips. But then again, what isn't healthier than potato chips? Okay, you have to eat something pretty bad for it to be worse than eating a potato chip. I had a friend that used to call potato chips death in a bag. Okay, have you figured out whether or not these healthy sun chips are going to fit in my diet? Well, here comes the answer. Oh, wow, that stings. Could this be possible? That these healthy sun chips are so bad, but wait, they got multigrain in them. Okay, fat, 43%, protein, very low protein compared to what I need, carbs, 51%, and sugar, 11% sugar added to this, which is 1% higher than really where I want to be. So, sorry, sun chips. You're not going to be part of my diet. Okay, this is ground turkey. Okay, you may like hamburgers, but you want to choose a healthier option than going with beef hamburgers. So you're going to go with ground turkey or ground chicken? I don't remember. I think it's ground chicken. So you're going to go with ground chicken to make your hamburger with. So is this a good idea? Should I, you know, every Monday night have a ground chicken sandwich? Well, do the math. If you're not ready for the answer, hit pause because here it comes. So as traditional hamburger is, it tends to be pretty fatty. And as is this choice, it's 47% fat. That's why hamburger tastes so good. It's the fat. You know, I've got a rule that if it tastes good, it probably isn't good for you. Protein, 49%, and carbs are at 0%. So it makes you kind of wonder, well, wait, 49 plus 47 gives you, yeah, what's the other 4%? Maybe I don't want to know. And then sugar is 0%, so that's awesome. So great source for protein, great source for low sugar, but this is not what we would call a lean protein, perhaps, because the fat content is so high. Let's go on. Oh, wait. Extra lean ground beef. You've probably seen the trend. I don't know how long it's been out there, 10, 15 years or so. I don't know. It used to be you'd go buy hamburger, and hamburger was hamburger, but not anymore. Now they've got 80-20, 90-10. This is 96-4. They're talking about how much fat content is in that particular hamburger. And I don't really know how they produce hamburger with less fat. I'm going to give you my theory. I think they use better cuts of meat. Somebody else might say there's a conspiracy theory involving red sludge. I don't know. Could be. But do you think that extra lean ground beef could possibly be any better than ground chicken? Seems impossible, right? Because you think of chicken, and chicken's like a lean, healthy meat choice, and beef is, oh, it's evil. Stay away from it. Well, let's see if this could regularly enter into my new diet. I'm going to give you the answer right now. Wow, that's amazing. So the 96/4 extra lean ground beef has 26% fat, which is below my 30% goal. It has 74% protein, which is way, way above my 25% goal. It has no carbs. I would hope there wouldn't be carbs in my hamburger, but who knows? And then there's no sugar either. So this would be something I could, if I could afford it, this could be something I could regularly put into my diet. Okay. Next one. Ooh, a can of condensed soup. Wow. I don't know what kind of condensed soup this is, but it sounds good. Is that going to fit in my diet? Let's take a look at the answer. I'm going to give you the answer right now. Okay, it says here that fat is 30% of this product. Now, my goal is 30% or less, so it squeaks in just right. I got this from this fat calorie divided into 60. That gave me 30. The other way you could do it is the total fat, 2 times 9 equals 18, which is pretty in the ballpark of 30 as well. And that's what I was talking about before, is that sometimes with the old labeling system, you would take the total fat times 9, and it wouldn't always equal the total fat calories. Okay, protein 20%, carbs 50%. Sugar is actually okay. I don't know why I have that colored red, but not a good source of protein or carbs. Although I care less about carbs, because in my case I'm focusing on fat, getting my fat and protein balanced out, and then the carbs will take care of themselves. So yeah, this would not be an ideal food for me to have. Not horrible, because it does meet the fat needs. And I'd have to pick up protein, some additional protein from another source. Maybe I'd have some soup along with one of those lean ground beef hamburgers. Okay, let's go on to the next one. An apple. Huh. Now, fruits and vegetables, you know, what I'm using anyways, maybe you're not, but I am, fruits and vegetables are free, so I don't care. I'm going to eat as many apples as I want because it doesn't count against me. But, you know, for the fun of it, let's take a look and see, does an apple meet my goals? I'm going to give you the answer right now. I thought I was going to give you the answer right now. Let me try it again. There we go. An apple has 3% fat, 0% protein, which gives you what's left over is 97% carbs, and 10% sugar. So sugar's awesome, fat's awesome. There's no protein in an apple. And, of course, it's a lot of carbs. So, yeah, this would be okay. I'd have to make sure I'm getting protein from another source, but apples would be perfectly fine. Broccoli. Yuck. Oh, I can't stand broccoli. So take a look at this. Is broccoli going to fit into my diet? Okay, I'm going to give you the answer right now. Oh, thank God, broccoli doesn't fit into my diet. Oh, I can't stand broccoli. Okay, so calories, fat is 63%, protein 15%, carbs 22%. Sugars are okay at only 5%. But wait a minute. Fruits and vegetables, they're healthy. You're supposed to eat a ton of them, right? How come broccoli shows up as being so bad? Well, first off, it shows up as being so bad because I hate broccoli. I won't touch it. So I'm thrilled with this answer. But I can't leave it here. I got to tell you the rest of the story. The grams. When you get into fruits and vegetables, you have to look at the grams. We didn't do this with the apple, but we could have. The total grams right here is 283 grams for a cup of broccoli. And if we take a look down here, the fat coming out of that is only 5 grams. So 5 grams out of that, it's only 2% fat. And the protein down here, 3 grams coming out of that, it's only 1% protein, and carbs is 3%. And then other, 94%, is all the rest of the good stuff that comes with broccoli. It's you know, the fiber, the vitamins, all the good reasons why you want to eat broccoli. It's the stuff that helps fill you up. So as much as I really would love to look at this left side, we also have to pay with the fruits and vegetables, raw fruits and vegetables. We have to take a look at the right side as well and find out that it is a pretty good food, because only 6% of the broccoli has any fat, protein, or carbs in it. Right? So that means the other 94% is free. Right? And so if just 6% is going to have any count toward you. And that's why this stuff is free. You can eat as much of this stuff as you want, because it's going to take a whole lot of broccoli for it to add up to be anything. And the benefits of eating all this broccoli outweighs any negative that exists for it. So grab that big bowl of broccoli, dig into it. If you can choke down 2 cups of broccoli for 160 calories, that's 160 free calories. And 2 cups of broccoli is enough to make you not want to eat anything else the whole rest of the day, unless you like broccoli. But for me, I'd be done for the rest of the day if I choke that down. Okay, and this is true for any green leafy vegetable. You take a look at lettuce. Well, what is lettuce? It's all fiber and water. I mean, there's very little to it. It's just there as a filler. So have a nice salad before your meal. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, I pulled this one out of my cupboard. This is Dinty Moore Complete little meals in a microwave container. And I'm going to go have some lunch here, and I've got 2 choices. Top choice, I can have chicken and mashed potatoes with gravy. The bottom choice is I can have turkey and stuffing with gravy. What is the better choice? Which one of these should I choose? Give me a moment to think about that. Okay. I'm going to start walking you through the answer. If you need more time to think about this, hit pause. We're going to move on into the answer now. Well, first let me tell you, I'm not looking at sodium. We'll talk about sodium some other day. We're not going to talk about it today. So don't even look at that. Take a look at the grams of this meal. You'll see they're the same. So we're looking at 2 products with the same amount of grams, 283. Now take a look at the calories. The turkey has a lot more calories. If I was strictly calorie focused, then the obvious answer is to choose the chicken over the turkey, because I can save 90 calories. And this is why, what you're going to see next is why we really have to look at these labels a little bit more, because there's more to the story than just strictly, looking at the calorie count. Now, the reason the turkey has so many more calories is because it's got 3 times the amount of fat. The whatever they do with the stuffing, I imagine, or the gravy perhaps, triples the amount of fat that's in the product. Okay, taking a look at this top product, the chicken, it's 6% fat. It has 36% protein. Both are excellent. I can keep my fat below 30% and my protein above 25%. What's left over is the carbs at 58%. Now the sugars is only 2%, which is below my 10% that I want. So the chicken is an excellent choice. This is something I could regularly add to my diet. Again, ignore the salt, just we'll deal with that another day. But this is a product I could have on a regular basis as part of my diet. How does this turkey stack up? Well, the turkey stacks up that the fat is 28%, again, below my 30%. The protein is 28%, again, above my goal there. Carbs are 44%. My goal for carbs is about 45%. So that's really close to where my carb goal is. And the sugars are at 6%. So this product could also fit into my diet on a regular basis. And it kind of fits in a little bit better than the top one, just simply because the carbs land closer to where I want the carbs to be. So if you know, I was strictly calorie focused, I would choose the chicken. But honestly, either one of these is a really, really good choice. That extra 90 calories, it still fits in and it's okay. So if I were eating these on a regular basis, I'm going to get sick of eating chicken all the time. And so you want to mix things up, have a little variety. Throwing in some turkey once in a while, absolutely fine. So this is an example of either product would be a good choice, according to what I have set up for my goals of my diet. Okay, I think that brings us to the end. It does. Thank you for playing the label game with me. I hope this helped you out. I hope it was instructional, maybe a little bit of fun. And we'll catch you next time with the next video.